hits.
Oh, someone's off there.
It's
the 103.
The 103.
It's the UCK.
So what's happened there? The driver's out the car. Now, is that... I'm seeing a bit of steam, but that's just coming off the tyres. Have they run out of fuel?
When did they last pit?
That's a good question for me to ask, being as for me to answer. They last pitted 34 minutes ago. So if they, well, unless they have a fuel line problem.
True. Yeah, that's a very good driver's helmet's off.
Yes, driver's helmet is off.
Oh, it's now back on.
Yes, 40th place. They were running, and they were running just 9 seconds behind the 39th place Premier Performance Racing Fan. I think they gave it a brief mention a few minutes ago.
And this will probably cause a full course yellow.
May well do.
Now, there was an interesting one there. I think I just saw the leader overtake a back marker, but the back marker was letting him through.
Yes. Yeah, so that's
it's always a bit of a difficult situation.
So this will be covered by the yellow up at the previous corner at the top of the hill. That is the previous post. Here come, and this is interesting. Is this being covered by yellow? Because these drivers aren't acting as if they are under yellow to me. So I'm wondering if there is actually a yellow being shown at the top of the hill. If not, there's been some rather interesting interpretations of the no overtaking of the yellow rule there.
Well, given where that kart is, and as we were talking to Rob Chalmers, how quickly the karts are going down there in racing conditions, or even just under yellow, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a full course yellow here. And we'll see in due course if that one's going to happen. Battle between 4th place and 115, trying to look for a way past the 58 again, but not quite able to that time. And still the Cougars battling hard. Oh!
Yes, I've just seen that. I saw that as well. We had Rob Chalmers. I'm afraid is the politest way of putting it. The politest way of putting it is a Mark Webber has occurred.
Yes.
Not the nicest update to read from Team Bernardo. Hope the driver's okay. Number 37. That's not nice. Do you know, it's interesting because I was talking just the other day, we were talking the other day, Ronnie Andrew, and I mentioned this, I
hope that's not a higher helmet.
The bumpy nature of the circuit can make some people, particularly the bumps down at the first major braking zone, it's so bumpy there. You say you haven't quite felt nauseous before, it's just can get a bit painful after a very long stint. This is endurance racing.
Well, no, I'm
personally
going to take
felt
that
a bit
back.
nauseous from time to time.
No, I must say I've felt that at times this year.
Yeah, if you're doing a long stint. And in fact, do you know, I've never seen a camera station down at that corner. I was waiting to see how bumpy it looked on the screen. It does not do justice to how bumpy this track is down at that corner at all. And I don't know if it's that, but hopefully the driver's okay. The 37 continues to circulate. I say doing a Mark Webber cars was
Fuji 2007.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was.
Because it was the one where young Sebastian Vettel
took him out.
Ran into him on the safety car.
Yes, before Vettel went to Red Bull, this was his Scuderia Toro Rosso days, and yes, it got a rather memorable quote from Mark Webber, which we can't repeat.
Let's just say it was a good job it was Japan, and it was on ITV at about, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, it was. He's fine just getting fluids. Thank you. Thank you, Team Bernardo, for the update.
Let's just say they don't call him Aussie Grit for nothing. Oh
dear, you've overshot the weighing scales there, mate.
Try again.
I'm treading on my own wires now. That was the... he's not fueling.
Oh, okay. Maybe driver change.
That was... I think that might have been the number 26, the Maltby Warriors, but I could be wrong.
Just have a look if they are... no, they are not.
They're not.
And what's happened here? Is this the leader in trouble? He's going very slow. I think it is.
Slow.
The leader is in trouble. Well, the latest bit of drama, the 330 on lap 297 looks potentially like he's in trouble.
I think it may have just, I'm being told it may have just been a spin that he was recovering from and just going slowly.
Well,
but we'll keep an eye on it. It would not be the first bit of drama for our leader. Neither this particular leader nor the general position of leading the race.
Back up to speed now.
Yeah, we've had two leaders run into interesting difficulties, having spins, engines cut out, and 330 has been amongst those. This is the 115 we're looking at again. Now in 5th place, 1 second behind the 58 kart in 4th place, according to the timings. There is the 69 kart of Cosley Cougars, who is your rookie class leader. So who else is, we'll take a look down the order, as I like to do, see who's close. The battle for 30th place between LH Racing and Sim Racing Club is quite close. 2.9 seconds the gap there last time around. As is the battle, there's still a good battle going along, happening for 36th place. Well, no, has some problem before the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers car, because they've dropped 2 places to higher cars, which I wouldn't expect on normal going pace. So keep an eye on that one. And also, there's a brilliant battle going on for 47th place between Blackheart Customs and the Team Donato Academy. Just 5 seconds the gap there. And, you know, I want to see how far down the order I can see a good battle going on. The 62nd place, just to show that there's always something to race for, the gap is only 13 seconds between the 62nd place 999 kart and the number 64 Dads and Lads. Dads and Lads are in a slightly different class, so I would imagine they're going to close down that gap and execute an overtake. But just to show you, you never stop running around because there's always something to run for. So, as if you needed proof, that lead gap that the leader has can go away very, very quickly. Dramas like the one we just saw for the leaders can happen again and can be bigger than that. No mistake should be made about that. And we have still just under 17 hours to go. And here is the 58 kart, the 4th place kart. There's the 115 kart in green. Good matching of the helmet with the number plate there for whoever's driving the 115 kart.
Got to say, very, very impressed with the Cougars pace at the moment. The number 69 is keeping up here with the DWS kart. No problem at all.
Agreed. Showing why they are currently leading the rookie class. Shout
57
out
is in.
Sorry, indeed it is. And that is, of course, 2nd place in the higher kart. That's Harry's Carriers. And the 84 of Cartwheels 2 has also just done a pit stop. Just flashed up.
Problem for the 81. Problem for the 81. I'm trying to work out where that is.
This is Blackheart Customs, Andrew.
And that's at hairpin 1.
It is. It is. And
it's a strange place to stop.
No, it's not. Is it hairpin 4?
No, it's hairpin 1 because it's on the inside of. It's after the wiggles.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it is. No, you're right.
4.
It is hairpin 4.
A very odd place to have gone off there. Now they were. I did mention them not too long ago. They were quite close to a kart on track. I'm trying to spot them on the order right now. Here they are. Yeah, so they've just lost a place to Team Bonato Academy. I don't think they were close together on track, so I don't think there's no suggestion on my part that there was contact there. But issues for the 81. You know, that's such a weird place to go off, Andrew.
I wonder if he's well, has he
no,
lost
it's been
fuel?
25 minutes since.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have seen fuel line problems for these karts before, but it's fairly rare.
Has the 103 made it back yet?
The 103, yes, has made it back. The last time.
Have a look at his lap times.
Last lap time was a 123. So let's indeed have a look at.
So I don't think I saw a.
There was no
a snatch. Do we want to call it? No, it's not really a snatch tractor, is it? It's a the quad bike. with the trailer.
Yes. So, yeah, they're back up to speed. Actually, it was a while ago. Yeah, it was a
3-minute
3-minute lap. I would say only a 3-minute lap because for a lap where we saw the driver getting out the vehicle.
There's also another kart. Oh no, that's a different camera angle. Apologies.
That is your leader, isn't it? The 330
Yep.
Kart working his way past the yellow zone. Now free to overtake once more. Kart Events B have got past Harry's Carriers in that pit stop for the Harry's Carriers team.
Mr. Butterworth, I think, has better eyes than us. Looks like he's missing missing a front right wheel.
Now that would be a good reason to stop.
Go and get another look at that.
That'd be good.
One shot down at hairpin 4. Yes, you're absolutely spot
Brilliant
on, Tom.
shout.
Well spotted. Yep. 3 wheels on your wagon, sir.
So, I'm sure the marshals.
And Martin's going to give him a little kick to get going. Go on, sir.
Okay.
Where's he going now?
Oh, that didn't.
That's not worked.
I feel like they should have clarified what they wanted him. I feel like all parties should have known what was going on before they attempted to kick him across the track. My immediate question in these situations, Andrew, and I'm sure.
Don't do that.
I'm sure the marshals have already sorted this out. But where is the wheel?
It's in his lap.
Oh, is it? Oh, so,
Yes.
okay, good. That's fine. That's a safe
It
place
didn't
for
land
it to be.
there.
No, I'm sure
I
it
saw
didn't.
them pop it in.
Ah, good. Pro Kart making 2 assembly. Here's the 58 again. We're looking at the 4th place kart. Oh, who's that?
That's
different.
hairpin 1.
That's hairpin 1. Yellow flag out. We'll wait to see if we can pick up who it is.
That's a bit of a tight
Is
one
it
to
the
get.
37? It looks a little bit like the 37. Here's where it turns around the corner and shows definitely not the 37. It's the 68. Absolutely not, Howard. What on earth did I...
That's Swindon Karting 2. The 81's back.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got this, mate.
It's like having a special exclusive pass to the paddock. Hello, I've got 3 wheels. Do you really need to weigh me? No. There,
Yeah, down there.
Oh, we shouldn't laugh. This is obviously unfortunate for them, but
we've all been there.
Yeah, well, you particularly. I've got a very good memory of the footage of you at Bumble Park losing the wheel. I remember actually a couple of years ago in an endurance race, I was waiting for a teammate to come round for a drive to change. Good friend of mine and yours, Andrew, Chris Grange, and he's taken a while to come round, and then I saw a plume of dust from actually that part of the track.
Yes.
It was here, and I went, I wonder what's caused that. A few minutes later, a 3-wheeled Chris emerged into the pit lane. So, yes, it's. I suppose you've got to laugh at those situations. One of the more comical ways that a car can break down, provided no one's hurt and it doesn't happen at high speed.
Indeed. Look at this train of cars coming through. It's the start of the race again. So this is all a mix of. That's at least 4 wide. Do we want to make it any more? Yes, we do.
Blimey. So, who's in amongst that?
The 48's involved.
I saw the 48, I saw the 57.
And I think the maidens are involved as well.
Yeah, that would be the 35. So the 57. Oh, the 57 is Harry's Carriers, of course, the 2nd place.
Yes.
No, the 3rd place karting class now. So, yes, that's critical there. And what other number did we say?
We said the 30.
48. You said as well.
48. Yeah. It's a lot of it is the top in terms of sheer pace, the top running higher carts, but of course you've got 2 of those in there which have hit trouble, that being
35 and
the bronze car and the maidens car.
I'm just trying to find the bronze car on time.
They were quite a long way down. They were
44th.
Yeah, I was going to say they were 48th earlier.
Yeah, and this is the difficulty with the higher carts, is some people have fallen foul of technical gremlins and yeah, working their way back up, not necessarily off the pace. So you get these packs of karts in the higher kart class in particular, because it's such a large class, where these karts are not all on the same lap. Here they are again up the hill. And then, of course, you get one of the faster owner kart classes coming up to lap. And they're going to work their way through nice and carefully. Now, is this the battle for 4th place again? Is that the 115 and the 48 going wall to wall?
No, I'm not sure.
No, it's not, sorry. No, it's the 777. It's the offline car. Oh, no, hang on.
No, the offline's a few laps
sorry.
down.
Offline's a few laps down. I beg your pardon.
DWS just edging out 4.4 seconds, 4.5 seconds to Team Keen, as we can see them on screen.
We've passed the 300 lap mark as well.
We have indeed.
So leading now on lap 306. As I say, I said at the start of the race, we expect them to easily to do 1,000 laps. The rain will have slowed them down, but still think that the overcast without the overcast still think the overcast will get to the 1,000 mark. As look at this, the 79 right on the tail of the leader. That's a good pace buddy to have. So this is Team Belgium, the 79 kart in 12th place there. We saw following very closely behind the Q Racing lead kart.
Massive moment there. And running wide. That was a bit of a desperate dive bomb, if I may say so.
Do you know, I've been thinking about that corner, Andrew, and people take very different lines through that corner. And I'm not sure I've ever quite managed to correct what the best line was through there. Certainly didn't present to me the wisdom on it. But I have taken very different lines there. Different years I've competed here in
the BUKC
race. In equivalent karts to what's being raced today in the higher karts lap. And yeah, sometimes I've taken quite an interesting line to push me out right there. It's to do with where you sacrifice the speed in that chicane, I think. Because you want to carry as much speed through the second part of the chicane. And some people try so hard that they end up compromising their line up the hill, I think. Easy for me to say, sat here in a chair. I'm sure I am guilty of much the same thing. But yeah, it's all about the reason they are prone to go wide there is because they're trying to carry as much speed up the hill and onto the back straight.
There's a lot of drivers really clouting this curb, as you can see in the middle of the screen, just to the left. Feels like the pressure cooker is just starting to get warm again as we head towards how many hours of daylight? We've got about an hour and a half left of daylight. And, yeah, drivers trying to make a bit of a move, especially now. This is probably not quite the same level of grip that we had at the start of the race. But then again, maybe kart's getting a little bit tired. Tyres getting a bit worn now. Track-wise, though, I think we're about the same quality of track in terms of grip available that we had at the start. That was the point I was trying to
Offline
make.
2 in the 777 car have just got past Canterbury College. And that's a change of position within class as well, because that's changed for 4th place in the clubman class. So Canterbury College, who have been running strongly, but they've dropped down the order somewhat recently. Here is the 717. Sorry. Yeah, that's the 717, but I was talking about 777. Sorry. 777 offline 2. Weren't just in shot, just got past Canterbury College on 9th place overall. Team Belgium, the number 79 car, just pitched from 12th place. And Team 100, the Eco Trailer team, have just pitched from 19th place and 4th place within the higher karts class. Still running strongly, that team. I think I really haven't seen or heard any dramas in the Eco Trailer squad. So fair play to them. This has been a good run so far. Monday nights, the number 23 car has just got past Ryan Road as well for 8th position.
The other interesting aspect about this that I'm looking through is, generally, whenever I'm looking at the timing screen, MS SoCo Select, running faster than Q Racing.
Yes.
I think SoCo Select had a little bit of traffic on that last one, but they're nice when they're not in traffic. They're consistently in the 113s, which is good pace as past comes to 69. In fact, this is owner kart on owner kart. That's a good pass by the number 69.
And it's important because the 69 is 2 laps down on the 777, so they need to start clawing this back.
Sorry, the blue one being the 717.
Yes, sorry, we've just both made the same mistake in the last 5 minutes. So the 717, yes, which means I just made the mistake to talk to people about how they were. So the 717 is actually just
Blue
been
one.
lapped by the 69 Cosley Cougars. Yes, that's what's just happened.
But still, karts have arguably not equal machinery, but with good parity between the two of them. A good move there. Good.
Yes,
that's how you get it done into the wiggles, if that's what we're calling it now.
Yeah.
Get a good slipstream, and you can't 50-50 it. You've just got to go for it and commit for the move.
I believe we just saw the 881 Blue Speed Racing there emerging from the pit lane, having just had a pit stop there. And Giant Hornets Racing have got past Team Belgium, with Team Belgium making a pit stop there. So that's a change there. Giant Hornets Racing got to 12th place, but I think they always stop there. Team Belgium. Eco Trailer got 2 positions in a pit stop. Not too surprising there. Last minute. That's in the higher kart class.
It's a good job I stayed here then.
Yeah, it is, exactly. You'd have only been disappointed as a Blades fan. In good statement there from Tom Butterworth. Luke, is Tom coming in to help our stream here?
11 o'clock.
From 11 o'clock, right. Good stuff.
About halfway.
Yeah, absolutely. So, looking forward to that. Just checking. Do you feel there's been a contact warning from 420 kart in the last few minutes?
No, I
So
don't think I
they're
did.
gonna have to be careful.
I did spot it, but I don't think we mentioned it. So again, that's another strike. You don't want to
Exactly.
be collecting them up.
Yeah, we're not just we're not announcing these because they're cards you've got to collect them all. These matter. We've seen black flags for excessive curbing. We've seen black flags for overtaking under yellow. These kind of things do get noticed, do get picked up, and do come back to haunt you. Northampton Maidens in the 35 kart in 23rd place. Oh, well, they're in 23rd place now because they've just executed an overtake on the 34 kart, the Skotec racing kart. And actually, that's the closest battle on track at the moment, just half a second apart in the higher kart class. You're tuned in to a live coverage of the British 24 Hours Karting event here at Teesside Autodrome, held annually at this time of year. This 2017 edition is brought to you live, courtesy of Alpha Live Production, provided by myself, Howard Mitchell, and Andrew Mather of ARM Motorsport Media. Very happy to have you along for the coverage. Why not give a follow to Alpha Live Production at facebook.com/Alpha Live Production. We are coming up to 7.5 minutes of the way through the race. I will save an outright update on where everybody is at the moment, and do our bottom of the hour update. But do keep your comments coming in.
Like this one.
Like this one.
Who wants to see more rain? I'm all right for now. Don't get me wrong, it was very, very exciting earlier when I think it was more like, Noah and his boat probably would have won the race if he was out in it at around 2 hours into the race. But I've had my fix for today. I'm good. Maybe a little bit tomorrow.
Very exciting midday tomorrow. That was a terrible. Really sorry about that. It's at that point in the race, is it? No. I tell you what, we do have to keep still a lap in hand for the leader, but the gap came down by 3.3 seconds. In fact, the entire top eight all closed up last lap. The closest of which is still that battle for 4th place between DWS and Team Kane. But I tell you what, MS Lucas Racing are only 8.5 seconds down the road from the 5th place Team Kane now, Team Keen even. So it's all closing up at this precise moment in time. Lap times are still not up with the pace we saw earlier in the race at 1 minute 12, but then again, the tyres are probably wearing off a little bit now. 1 minute 14 was the lap time last time around set by the 443 second place kart, so that's the kind of pace they're on.
Howard, I'm going to set you to task.
Go on.
How are we looking? I know we've got obviously had a lot of rain earlier, but how are we doing in terms of expected distance?
Okay.
And whilst you're doing that, I'm also going to work out how long it would take a team to... Whoa, massive moment there for one of the owners. It is so easy to get this wrong through the hook, and before you know it, you're heading for that curb that you can see on the left of your picture. And it's a big curb. It's a very big curb.
Make no mistake about that.
Sometimes it is better to just cut your losses and cut across that piece of tarmac that you see to the left on your picture, driver's right as they're approaching it. Don't get me wrong, that piece of tarmac's still pretty big as well, but it's not a serrated curb as... Who's this coming in? It's one of the owner karts. I'm just going to stick my head out the door because I didn't quite catch the number. It's the 222, which is the Canterbury College team. 10th at the moment, running. They're still running really, really well. A very well-run team, this. We were talking to them on the grid before the start of the race, and they were saying how, yes, the team's been here 15 years, but being a college means they have very high turnover of drivers, so their drivers haven't been here for 15 years. Well, they'll do a very, very good job at the moment, and 1 hour 14 since their last pit stop, so yeah, that's probably, I think that's still within reason that's a strategy call, 75-minute stints. But the gap, obviously it's saying 1 lap, where are these two relative to each other on the circuit? Well, the leader is coming through and onto start finish now. No, not at all actually. They're coming round the final corner and cross start finish any second now, so I think we're good at time. Let's see just how far is it. What is it? 1 lap plus 1 second, or is it 1 lap plus 40 seconds? Then we start to work out at the current pace how long we might be waiting for until MS SoCo select close in. We've got to answer yet, Howard, on the
Vaguely, I'm going to this is very basic, back of the envelope maths, but I reckon we're looking good for about 2,200 kilometres.
That's a familiar number.
It is, isn't it? Which is, yeah, it is a familiar number. I've actually got 2169 coming out as my number here, but that's done through a bit of fudge factoring between the pace difference between the hire karts and the owner karts. So I might be about there, but that would be around about 1,035 laps I've got here. Let's see how right I am. That does assume a certain level of dry running as... Oh, look, it's
61.
Yeah, that's the shy and tall knights who have had not a shortage of drama. They had a mechanical earlier on. Offline 1, the 3rd place kart currently in pits, as are the 29th place 54 kart on the right of phones. EDKT have just got past, and Thunder Karts have just got past Teesside Karting.
And who's in trouble there?
100. Oh no, they're coming into the pits. Are they in trouble, or are they just pitting normally? We'll have to wait
We
and
also
see.
got problem for the 443.
He looks like he's missing a wheel, I'm hearing here. I'm going to look out the door.
Okay.
Oop.
Sorry.
That's all right.
So the gap is between the leaders. It's 1 lap plus 46 seconds. So let's call that 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 120 seconds. So 120 seconds is the lead, effectively. So at the current rate, well, it's going to be a while. If it's on sheer pace, it's going to be a while before MS SoCo Select can pull this one back in.
I'm not being funny, Andrew, but it's actually been. I've not seen the Eco Trailer Kart yet.
Are we expecting them in?
Well, we just saw them ambling towards the pit lane, allegedly with one wheel missing.
Can't see them on the screen at the moment.
Oh, went into the paddock straight.
Oh, it went
down,
straight
being told.
down.
Okay,
Oh,
fair
okay.
enough, fair enough. We've just hit the bottom of the hour, so it's time we. Do you want to give this one, Andrew?
Yes.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yes.
I've done the last week.
I've not
You,
done that for a while.
want to give
What I
a
am
run
going to
through
do,
the
though,
order?
is I'm going to do something, try and do something clever.
Yep.
It's probably going to go wrong. Thank you, Luke. So here is your leaderboard at 7.5 hours down. In the lead, sorry, that's for your H class. Let's put it on for the overall. Q Racing still lead then, having completed 317 laps. And they are 1 full lap and 45 seconds ahead of the 443 MS SoCo Select. Pit stops going on at the moment. So at the moment, DWS are up into 3rd place, the number 58 kart, 3 laps off the lead, but leading the Clubman class at this stage of the race. Closely followed, 11.5 seconds behind them by 2nd place in the Clubman class, 4th overall for the 115 Team Keen. 5th place is the number 770 Offline 1 team. They've just pitted from 3rd place, so they now sit in 5th. They have completed 314 laps as well. And MS Lucas Racing also on the same number of laps. They're the 420 kart. They've just had a pit stop as well. 7th place on their way back and currently 3rd place in class. That's the Clubman class for the number 74 of Jack Dex Racing. 8th place in the Pro class. They are 5th, so 8th overall, 5th in class for the 211 MS JSR. Still with good pace, but had issues earlier on in the race. They were in the top 3 for a big part of the first hour before the deluge of rain came. 9th place, we keep getting them confused. This is the yellow liveried offline karts. This is the 777 in the Clubman class, running very well at the moment in 9th place. 311 laps completed for them. And 10th place at the moment on 309 laps completed, and leading the owner rookie class is the number 69 of the Cosley Cougars. 11th place, 309 laps completed for the 222. They've just made a pit stop 2 minutes ago. That's the Canterbury College team. And 12th place, another team recovering back through the field after having to be towed back to the pits probably about an hour and a half ago now. My goodness, isn't the time flying? But it was the number 79 Team Belgium karts. 13th place and 2nd in rookie class is the number 110 of Giant Hornets Racing. 14th place and leading in the higher class on 303 laps completed is the number 120, the SG Petch Sprinters, sorry. 15th place overall and 2nd place in class as well is the Kart Events Belgium karts. That's 302 laps completed for them. 16th place overall, and I should say as well, all karts from now on are in the higher class unless otherwise noted. And we'll start with one of those notes straight away. 16th place, the number 84 Kart Force 2 in Clubman. 17th is the number 57 of Harry's Carriers, still in the mix there for the class win. 18th in the rookie class is Offline 3. This is the blue liveried 717. 19th place overall, the number 83 of Last Minute. 300 laps on the board for them. And 20th place, and one of the karts that I'm really interested in because they are coming back through the field. They've got some very good pace at the moment. The team run by the D-Max boys, Alan Curtis, Mike Coppin, and the like. It's the Wildcard Racing 188. As I say, back into the top 20. They're running in Clubman. 21st place and also running in Clubman is the 881 Blue Speed Racing. 22nd. The Northampton Maidens now back up to 5th in class on 298. As I say, 22nd overall for them, for the Maidens. 23rd overall, the number 34 of Skotec Racing, 298 laps completed. 24th, they've recently hit trouble, the number 100 of Eco Trailer. They are in the pits at the moment having repairs. 25th, and the number 5, the Cupid Stunts team. 26th, the number 49 Modave PPS team. 27th, and getting on quite nicely now, they've had a good few hours and worked their way back up the order, is the number 33 of BTM Racing UK. And as you can see there, they are in the top 10 in the higher class. 28th place, the number 23, another kart making its way back through the order after early troubles, is the Monday Nights team, the number 23. 11th in class. 29th overall is LH Racing, the number 42. Top 30 in the number 30 is the simracing.club. This is the team of gamers who met for the first time on Thursday, but they've organised this team, got it together, and they're running pretty well at the present time. Moving further down into the second half of the field, 31st is the number 54 of Rival Bones. 32nd is the number 47 of Team White River. 33rd, still going well, the number 86 of Race for Ruben. 34th, the number 85 of EDKT. 35th, the number 15 of Thundercats. 36th, the number 1942. This is the Clubman entry from the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. 37th, the number 46 of DCU Karting. 38th, the number 68 of Swindon Karting 2. 39th, the 227 of Piston Broke. The 40th place kart, another kart, just slowly getting its way back up the order, just plucking those positions off one by one as others have problems. It's the number 77 of Aprilia Performance Racing. 41st is the number 117, another one of the local teams, the SG Petch Fury team. 42nd, a team that's had recent issues out on the back straight, but they are back in the race now, is the 103 of UCK Motorsport. 43rd, and really having to fight back, is the number 48. They were second on the grid, remember, in the higher class, but they're way down at the moment, is the number 48 of Brawn Cocktails. 44th, the number 31 of CD31. Excuse me, the 45th placed kart is the 111 of Not Scared. 46th, the number 67 of Swindon Karting 1. 47th, we spoke to Rob Chalmers from the team earlier. So 47th is the number 37 of Barnato 7, and quickly followed as well in 48th by the 96 of Team Barnato Academy. 49th is the 41 of Kart Force 3. And 50th place currently in the pits is the 987 of Team Bonato 987. 51st, 101. We spoke to them out in the paddock an hour or so ago. The YMSV Crash Team Racing team here for the first time. 52nd, the number 26 of the Maltby Warriors. 53rd, the number 44 of Kart Force 1. 54th, the 61 of the Shy Tall Knights. 55th place, the 81 of Black Art Customs. They've recently lost a wheel. 56th is the 65 of Autosports. 57th is the number 40 of Steel City. 58th, the number 22 of Sporting Force and Mission Motorsports. 59th, 25 Dandy's Barmy Army. 60th, the number 99 Racing for Riley. 61st, the 82 of Zolt Bay Racing. And they've just actually gained a position here into 62nd place is the 999 of 999 Karting. In the pits in 63rd is the 64 of Dads and Lads. 64th is the number 12 of BBSBB. And last but not least, having completed 249 laps, is the number 39 of Banshee Racing. Howard.
Hello. Thank you for that, Andrew. Apologies to anyone who... I think we may have had a very brief problem with the stream during that update, but I think we got most of it in. So, indeed, I'm seeing some comments to that effect under the Facebook stream. We are hopefully back with you now. Still support coming in. Go on Monday nights. The number 23 kart, if I'm not very much mistaken, currently running in 28th place.
And coming back through the field very nicely.
They are, aren't they?
They
actually.
They had some early problems. I think they were down in the 50s earlier. Let's have a look at their... This is the beauty of Alpha Timing. If you didn't know already, if you want to see a specific team's progress through the race, and you're on the typing page, click on the name. So I've just clicked on Monday nights, and I'm now going to have a look through at their race. So yes, like early on, they had a problem on lap 68, which took them out of the top 20 all the way down. They fell to 57th place the Monday nights, and so they fought their way back through, as we say, to 28. So keep watching for them, because at that rate they're going to easily, fingers crossed, touch wood, all the rest of it, be back in the top 20. I'd say probably even by the time we get to midnight. 222 going up the inside of that's the kart that's had the smashed in Bigfoot panel, so unfortunately I have no idea which one that is. I think there was a 5 there. And 222 of Canterbury College making their way back through.
Absolutely. So yes, head over to live.alphatiming.co.uk/Teesside for all of the timing features Andrew was just talking about. And after the event as well, you'll also be able to get all of the results from results.alphatiming.co.uk. I'm going to guess it's /Teesside, but just type in results.alphatiming.co.uk and there will be some self-evident category to click on, Teesside or BPEC or something along those lines. So yes, there's a black flag for the Canterbury College team for overtaking under yellows. It's disappointing. Had some great support coming in for the Canterbury College boys, and they are doing a commemorative run in this race, commemorating a tutor of theirs. And but it's not been. I feel like the last 3 hours have not been as strong as the first 3, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
They were running very well, but overtaking under yellows, unfortunately, is not. It's one of the worst things you can do out there. DWS are in the pits from 3rd place in the 58 kart, and the Giant Hornets racing team, the 110, are in from 13th. So it's very close out there between, indeed, Kart Force 2 have got past SG Petch Sprinters, to be expected, because Kart Force 2 are one of the owner kart classes, so they should have pace on the higher karts, and indeed that means that Kart Force 2 have effectively, they're 4 laps behind the next kart up the road, but effectively Kart Force 2 have just joined onto the back of the main body of owner kart races. That is the top 14 that are all owner kart entries, after which we start getting into the higher karts with some owner karts who have had various issues sort of distributed throughout that field. Team White River have got past Rival Bones on that last lap. And last minute, the 83 kart, we've seen having a few dramas, haven't we, Andrew, actually, the 83. They have just pitted from 20th place as we look at our leader on screen.
We were now an hour away from sundown. So for anyone who's not heard the radio message about tinted visors, tinted visors are not allowed whilst the race is running into the night. Although you can already see quite a few drivers running with clear visors. So these will be drivers who are probably going past that 8:45. 8:45, I think, is when sundown is, and when the point at which you'd say no tinted visors.
And it's difficult to believe, isn't it, that you know, Q Racing has been leading for the last few hours, certainly for the majority of this race. I know it's always hard to believe at this point in the race that you know the lead can go down, but they were previously 2 laps ahead, now only 1 lap, and the gap is at the moment, generally the pattern over the last hour or so has been that the gap is closing. And don't forget that technical gremlins, weather, incidents in traffic, all these things could come into play, and it can mean, as we get confirmation on screen of that black flag, that the Canterbury College team
don't worry, that was not 3 stationary cars.
That was not. That was a glitch on the street. Kieran Simmons say it's time for. I'm a little wary of that team name, actually, Kieran. But well, I suppose all welcome. You know, being serious for a moment, if you are interested, we did give out the. I did give out the important websites to check out, didn't I? Head over to www.24hourkarting.co.uk for specifically the 24-hour karting events, and for the British Pro Kart Endurance Championship, head over to www.bpeckarting.co.uk for all of the details. BPEC, the sort of spiritual successor to the European Pro Kart Endurance Championship. Continuation of that, if you will, going into this year. So in other words, it's the inaugural running of the BPEC series this year, unless I'm going to be very much corrected on that. My understanding is this was brought out as the European Pro Kart Endurance Championship. So when people are talking of the years that they've spent doing this event, it's always been here, and it's always been with these kinds of karts, but I think it's been under slightly different banners. This is where everyone gets a chance to know how it's put it. I'm pretty sure that's a good overview of the situation, at least.
Interesting thing that we need to keep an eye out on is that the gap, at least on the circuit, between Queedry then, is a guy I know from work who bailed on work after certain decisions the country took and went, screw this, I'm off to Australia. No, Q Racing are being closed in on circuit at least by MS Soco Select. I will keep checking this, but I've got the gap on track at least down to 23 seconds. So that's 1 lap plus 23 seconds. And it is steadily coming down. So it could be that maybe within the next hour we will see Q Racing and MS Soco Select on track together, with MS Soco Select trying to get back onto the lead lap.
Absolutely, that was really good.
Using the tracker, I can say that the leader is coming through the Wigglies and is now through hairpin 2, and is basically one sector. There's one sector between them, because just as MS Soco Select was passing into sector 2, Q Racing were exiting sector 2.
Canterbury College are in the pits serving their black flag now. Always important to serve those, pay attention to them, and you know, it's annoying, but it's part of racing, and you're much better off arguing once you actually serve the penalty.
And they're in. The lead is in.
They are in, yes.
So the leader is in. Now, they're going to ruin our fun now, because in fact this is going to put MS Soco Select back onto the lead lap. You can see the leader there being fueled up.
Sorry, Andrew, I believe we just saw on the stream, actually on screen, a pass for 32nd place. No, 31st place. I think it was rival bows getting past Team White River.
Yep, there they are.
I'm reliably informed. Indeed, yes. So there's the 54
Rival
Bones kart. Where is the 30 actually?
30 still ahead of them.
I don't mean the 30. I mean
The 47.
I do mean the 47. That's exactly what I mean. Team White River. Anyway, there has been a change of position there for 31st place. There's also been a change of position for 10th place. The Cosley Cougars have just... it's because of the black flag for the Canterbury College. They've just passed there. They've just passed the Canterbury College team whilst they were still on the black flag. Change of position for 10th place. I don't know what that driver was gesturing. I'm not sure how far he wants to go in that. That was the 47 kart. Which was the White River Racing team.
We weren't far off. MS Soko Select has just unlapped themselves, I reckon.
Yeah.
And it was 1 minute 30. So you can imagine that's it's the little trick with the pit stops. So yes, they were about one. Well, no, it came down even more. So that's about 1 lap plus 15 seconds. So we'll see what the gap's going to be next time round. Q Racing are back underway. We're expecting to see them through the start-finish line any moment now. There they are. So, yes, because the pit stop's basically taken a minute off Q Racing. So we've got a race on. Properly, we've got 2 karts back on the same lap, battling for the lead. Question from Lee Madden.
Who's this off?
Oh, who is that off?
Right. Out the race suit.
What's happened there?
What on earth was that?
Just to answer Lee's question, sorry, we don't know. I would refer to race control. I don't want to say that you can when you can't. Similarly, the other way round.
I would guess if you really pushed me, no.
I'd err on the side of caution.
I would
check with
definitely
race
err on the side
control.
of caution. The only things I've ever known be allowed are...
It's one of the Kart Force cars.
It is, isn't it? Oh, is that... is this a driver... yes, it's the one with the modified steering wheel, isn't it? So is this a driver maybe...
this is a driver that's going to need help.
Yeah, who's going to need help getting back into this. Not quite sure what's happening. He's got himself back into the kart. Right, okay. Yes. Oh goodness me, so he's trying to recover the kart. My goodness me. It is fantastic to see the spirit of these guys continuing to compete. So, understandable then the difficulties he's facing down there. Hopefully he can get it recovered. Interesting what would have caused him to go off there though, Andrew. Unusual place.
He's got it go. That is fantastic.
That's brilliant.
That is one of the best pieces of driving that
Brilliant
I think
stuff.
I've seen this year.
Absolutely awesome job by the driver, whose race suit says Alan. That's the only identifier we've got.
Full course yellow.
Full course yellow, but I'm wondering if it was for the 84, and now they can bring it in. I'm not sure.
Who's that going off?
Me.
That's a very strange place to have an off. That's
just
start-finish.
Just start-finish. I've never seen anyone
and
go off
under
there
full
at
course
all.
yellow.
How bizarre. There's no rain, there's nothing. Yeah, err on the side of caution with visors, folks. The only things we've ever seen get allowed here are clear visors, at night at least, are clear visors. And what I can only refer to as proper, quote-unquote, iridium blue visors, see track marshals and race officials for their verdict on those. It's the... Oh, goodness me, who is that the 1942 car?
It is.
And that has been a big hit.
That has been a very...
That's a huge hit.
I wonder if he's been encouraged into that. Unless the cart's
I mean,
had
you
an
are
issue.
at full throttle at that part of the lap. That's a big hit for... It is the 1942 kart, the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers team kart. You can see by the way the driver's legs are, I think, in the car. Very. Oh no, maybe the pedals are all right. But big hit there for them. That's very difficult. And you can see the action in the pit lane as teams try and benefit from the slower pace of the full course yellow. So it's yeah, the car's being recovered. So hopefully now we'll hope to go back to green flag conditions. Hearing it's Mark Allen who recovered the 84 Kart Force 2 car back onto the track. Well, absolute respect and kudos to that man. That was an impressive, very, very impressive display to get himself back into the race there. And a shout out, a good time I think for a shout out to all of the folks racing for Kart Force team for injured service personnel. 3 karts entered for this race, and it's very inspiring to see their spirit in tackling this event. Fantastic to see what they do. Andrew's just left the commentary box, and I believe he's going to go on another walk of the pits. Team Keen have pitted from 3rd place. They're your clubman leaders. And Team White River, who we saw in that battle with Monday Night's, no, it was Rival Bones, excuse me, a few laps ago. They're in the pits at the moment. Waiting on a signal to say that we're going to have more thoughts from around the paddock. And Andrew just asked me if I wanted to go on this one because he did the last one. I was like, nah, you're fine. But I've just realised that might mean I have to do them in the morning when everyone's very tired and probably doesn't want someone going to them with a microphone. Oh well, I'll come to that when I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Positions working themselves out as Team Keen are in the pit lane. Offline 1 and MS Lucas Racing, and critically DWS have got past them. Now, just going to wait for timing to update itself and see if DWS owe us a pit stop. And by owe us a pit stop, I don't mean, they personally promised me, and judging by the number of pit stops their rivals around them have done, whether they owe us a pit stop in that sense. Not sure. I think that may have been a genuine change there, actually. I think DWS, we've been talking about the battle between DWS and TT for a good couple of hours now, surely. And I think DWS may have got the jump on them in the pits. Although before it was a battle over 4th place, so MS Lucas Racing have actually really fitted there, because they're